I'm a placebo DM. Something I think I realized today. What I also realized is it's really difficult to get up into this thing.
What the hell is a placebo DM?
Well, you know, placebo seems like it's medicine but doesn't really do anything.
Yeah?
Placebo DM. People think that I do stuff, but I don't really do much of anything as a DM.
I mean, I don't think that's related. I don't think that's just in relation to your DMing. You're like a
Wow,
platypus.
way to go for the throat!
You're like a platypus.
Okay, here's the question. Did I get this section already? Chat, what sections did I get? I think I got the spring section. Did I get the fall section? I feel like I got fall, and I ended the episode here being all like... Yeah, I ended it here being all like, hey, let's go on. So... Hello, everybody, and welcome to what could be the final episode of the Rune Factory 2 Watering Can Only Challenge.
Wait. What's going on here now, then?
What do you mean, what's going on?
Because I thought you had to set up those gardens for the thing where you fought the final boss.
I did that.
So what's this?
After you fight Fearsome, that boss, you get to access these 4 dungeons from these 4... the 4 seasonal dungeons have sub-dungeons that you can finally go into now.
Okay.
So the idea... So this is like post-game. You go into these dungeons, and you fight the original Rune Factory 1 bosses.
Oh.
I have no idea what happens after. I don't know if I need emery flowers or what. All I know is this is what I have to do, and there might be no more reason for me to keep playing the game after this point. So this could very well be the last episode of Rune Factory 2. Episode, what, 134? Something like that?
Oh.
Yeah, episode 134. I had to check the title.
I'm placing my order for pickup.
Oh, you're going to go and pick it up once it's ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I still remember once I placed a pizza order for delivery. Bloody 5 minutes later, they were at my apartment door.
How?
I don't know. Okay, might have been like 15 minutes, but still, it should have taken about that long to drive it here.
Did someone just happen to make the exact order earlier and, like, cancel it after it was made until they just brought it over?
I don't know. But it felt like it was only 5 minutes. Like, I placed the order and went, oh yeah, that'll take like half an hour, I'm sure. Went to go and do something and got a knock on the door. And normally they, like, you know, you can check in, like, the tracking and they call you to, like, go downstairs to go pick it up at, like, the main building store. No, that fella went right to the apartment.
Wow.
And sometimes delivery people still come, like, right up to the apartment door, even though we're not supposed to open the doors for strangers. I know Chandra has a few stories where people thought that she lived in this building.
Oh dear.
What do you mean, oh dear?
I mean, that sounds bad.
No.
People can't tell, you know, who lives here and who doesn't.
Well, that was back when she used to come over every weekend.
Yeah, why doesn't she do that anymore?
She got busy, she got into college, she got a job.
Oh.
She can't afford the free time anymore.
Oh.
It was really nice. I kind of got a bit depressed when it ended, but it's like, it's not her fault
I mean,
that she doesn't have
literally
time anymore.
speaking, it is, but
Like,
in a
I
good
can't
way.
blame her for it.
Yes, it's definitely her. It is definitely her quote unquote fault.
Doing?
But that
It's
is
her
only
doing,
because
but it's
of a good
reasonable.
thing. Yes.
But yeah, she would come over every Friday, sleep over, and then we'd watch the new episode of Ruby together. And also on the Friday, we'd usually wind up going to the gas station and getting like Slurpees / Screamers.
Okay, for a moment I thought that there was no way for you to get onto that little island, and I was gonna be like, well, there goes the run.
Yeah, no, you have to defeat the enemy that's off the island first, and then it opens up the bridge.
Okay. That would have been funny if doing that didn't happen and you had to use a ranged attack.
Yeah, that would be really ridiculous, because it's very possible to get all the way here and not have any ranged attacks, because the only ranged attacks is magic.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's no bow. There might not even be a spear. Alley-oop.
Why is it the enemies are allowed to have ranged physical attacks then?
Because I'm so much better than the enemies that it's only fair if they can do stuff that I can't. I do find it really strange in certain games, like this one, playing the game through normally, like casually, whatever, you get to a point of being like, it's a way flippin' way too easy if you play casually. So the only fair way to play is with the challenge. Oh my gosh. This thing's throwing knives and it's just so annoying. It'll wait like a minute before throwing knives, then throw another set after like 1 second.
Wait, why did you just hold onto it and then just release?
Oh, if I try to release the charge attack too close to the water, it just refills the watering can.
Okay, but why did you start charging it?
Oh, because if I charge an attack, I get range. Sometimes. Sometimes I get range, sometimes I do not. It's arbitrary and random on if that happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, my food's gonna be ready in like 7 minutes, so I better actually go.
Yeah. So I'll just be here, alone with my memories.
I'll join you on my phone. Just be prepared for terrible audio quality. Ah! Open up my phone and it starts playing a YouTube video.
Oh no, I'm gonna get
That's
stricken for copyright.
Yeah, if they can find out what video it was.
God. I remember with Your Quest 2, I modded the game slightly to play, was it Red Like Roses? During, like, the main menu screen? And any episode that I had that playing for even a note got copyright. There's somewhere, like, it wasn't even playing for 2 seconds, and it still got auto-tracked copyright. And it's like, can you calm down? I'd heard of a YouTuber once, they put out like a Minecraft video, and the sound of them placing gravel sounded like a song. So it got auto-stricken. Auto-copyright. Feels like nobody really knows how copyright law works, because everybody keeps saying different things for, oh, this is free use, or oh, this is copyright, or oh, they can take you to jail for this, or oh, everybody does this and it's fine. You can actually sue them for trying to claim copyright on this, and it's like, you can just say you don't know. You don't have to parrot back everything that anyone has ever said about a topic as if it's the gospel. This isn't church or school. I think that's a big thing that school has done bad for people, is make people think that they just, one, that anything that they are told must be the truth, and two, that they should tell anything that they have heard previously and just keep repeating it as fact because they were told it, so obviously it has to be fact. Ah! No, you don't. No, you don't.
Where is my thing? Found it.
Gosh, how long have I been playing this? 134 episodes, more or less every other day, so that would be about 260-ish days. 260,
Yeah,
that's about 9 months, so over 8 months.
So what you're saying is, the pregnancy is almost complete.
Yeah, and then we can give birth to, you know, the child. The watering can.
I thought you were going to say Rune Factory 3.
That's what I was going to say originally, but then I thought saying a watering can would be funnier.
Watch as it turns out, Rune Factory 3 has no watering can.
It has to have a watering can. It's a farming sim.
Maybe you'd water the garden with water magic.
Okay, keyboard, if I could stop... If I could stop hitting T and F constantly, and if instead I could actually hold down the R button... Well, no, apparently not.
Why do you keep hitting true and false?
Because this keyboard isn't like an actual regular keyboard, it's... How do I explain it? It's like the keyboard on a phone, except it's like printed out. So all the buttons are on like the same layer, period. There's no... The only differentiation between the keys is a line. So there's no tactical difference between the keys. And since my thumb is bigger than any individual key, the keyboard can just decide, well, I know like 90% of the R button is pressed, but like 5% of the F button is pressed as well, so I think I'll just make this an F. And when it decides that, then if you hit R with even 1% of the F key pressed, oh, well, you just hit F, so I think you just hit F again. Okay, well, I know you took your thumb off and then tried to press down on R, but I'm gonna say it was F again. Okay, well, now I know that you have 0% on F, but I'm gonna say you hit T.
I have an important question for you. Why don't you just map that button to something on your controller?
Not sure if I can.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that on RetroArch.
Oh.
And I think all of the controller buttons are in use for the game itself.
How?
How?
Yeah, because I mean... Because this was a DS game, right?
Yeah. Okay, so the right stick isn't in use. But
But
so
not,
like L1
but
and
not
R1 do, I'm sure they do things. If you pause, L1 and R1 do things. Because that's DS buttons. The D-pad does things, and I have the left stick mapped to be a D-pad, which is comfort. Right stick doesn't do anything, that's true. A, B, X, and Y do things.
okay. Well, L2 and R2.
L2 closes and opens it. And R2... I know R2 does something, but I forget what it does.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to do something. Oh, that's strange.
What happened?
Nothing happened. But I was supposed to get healed.
Oh. Okay.
It's not a big deal. Turns out this isn't the boss room after all. We...
You.
No, we, as in us.
You. As in you.
No, not I, for one, like Roman numerals. No, I thought that was a pretty funny pun. We... Okay.
You.
God, I really want to have... I've barely been recording lately. And I really just want to record more and also have a bunch of stuff that needs to be edited. I finally finished editing Little Kitty Big City. So, the last episode of that is going up tomorrow. I need to
What
edit
do you
more
mean, last
ponies.
episode?
We only recorded 3 episodes of it. I know it feels like we played that forever, but we only played it for
Okay,
one 3-hour
fair-
session.
Yes. And we should continue, is what I'm saying.
For what? Just to get all of the achievements?
Yes.
But why?
Why not?
Meow 10 times in a row. Recycle 100 objects. Like, the game is cute and all, but I don't see it as exciting enough to want to do a thing 100 times for the purpose of an achievement.
Weren't you only like 20 away from the recycling goal?
No, I think I only, like, had 20 recyclables. Like, I was a long way away. Like, maybe
No,
we
you
could do...
almost-
I was less than half. I'm reasonably certain of.
No. Yeah, you were definitely more than half, but...
But yeah, it's like,
whatever.
yeah, we could do another
Also,
episode. It's like, hey, let's have an episode where we spend 4 hours searching the map for recyclables. Find the paint to paint some fancy car, because that's an achievement. Like, walk in front of people and hope that they pet us 7 or 8 more times. Catch, I don't know, 8 more birds. Like, clear the chessboard of pieces, because that's an achievement.
Yep.
Like, yes, I prefer the gameplay experience to that more than Stray. But I don't see a reason to really play it anymore. Gosh, these little bug enemies are so annoying. They'll attack you, you get stunned for 5 seconds. Before you unstun, another one attacks you, you get stunned for 5 seconds. Before you get unstunned, another one attacks you. And you're just like stun locked, and you just have to sit there and watch as your life drains away. As they slowly keep attacking you. And you can't stun them. Or unless you happen to, like, make them dizzy mode. Basically. Oh, would you look at that? They happen to both be practically dead. Oh, now I got the heal. That's strange. Boss fight time! Hey, it's the Chimera! What do you want to bet this is immune to water? Rune Factory 4-1 absorbs water. This one doesn't. Rune Factory 4-1, if you have a watering can, you can just absorb all of its water attacks. So it's only half as dangerous as it should be. Whee! Okay. So, gosh, right. I have an actual, like, kind of busy and packed week this week. Almost. Today I had a game of ponies to do. Played some ponies. That was fun. Also, pretty much why I've been starting to think I'm a placebo DM. Gotta say, my players are great. They'll take, like, nothing, and they will run with it. I can't wait for Azure to get back so I can tell her about a thing I did during this session. Run away from that. Okay, cool. Tomorrow there's, should be board game night. That's bound to be fun. Need to get back into the habit of doing things on Mondays. Tuesday is Shopping Tuesday. Wednesday, there's the actual, like, bug test. Turns out I misread the notice. It's for next week. It wasn't for last week. Whatever. And I also have a D&D. New D&D game. It's on alternating Wednesdays. My character is basically done. I just need a few more spells. I want to make chosen. There are a lot of spells to choose from. I want to pick, you know, the right ones. Not necessarily strictly the most powerful, but, you know, the ones that feel right. The ones that I could actually see my character using. Nice. Oh, it's dead. I want it as a pet. Yeah. Thursday and Friday, I have nothing planned. And then Saturday is the other D&D game that I'm in. How's this doing? Oh, shoot. I need to plug in the computer. Yeah. Oh! That'll take a moment. Hey, cat. Why am I just smelling cigarettes right now? The window is closed. I shouldn't be able to smell outside, but also very cigarette smelling. One of the reasons why I'd love to go for home ownership. A little bit more distance between me and other people. Mm. And of course, Thursday is probably going to be the regular Yu-Gi-Oh game. That's been fun. It's been nice. Nothing too, you know, intense or whatever. It's just nice casual Yu-Gi-Ohs. Okay, so I think it's the ice place I still haven't gotten into yet. So I need to figure out where this thing is, and I think I know? But at least I think I can guess. Yeah, does it look familiar enough to you? Oh my gosh, the sheer lag! Going at fast forward, it's still in slow motion. Ugh, there we go. Let's go. The depth perception is really hard to get right here. If it's just like slightly off, they will hate you for it. Woohoo! Back to hitting the wrong buttons constantly. I had my thumb on the R button for rewind. Did not move it at all whatsoever. And the keyboard just decided, oh, actually, now you're pressing F. In Factory 3, though, I won't have such fancy measures as being able to rewind. So I won't be playing on emulator. Oh my gosh. No, that's cheating. That's cheating. So it can just decide that it doesn't want to die. Or apparently it's E for slow motion, not T. Whatever. Okay, excuse you, no. Okay, so these things can and will just flat heal themselves. And cannot be hurt while they're healing themselves. There we go. And then I just unlocked this one to death. Theoretically. So move just a little bit to the side, and that was all I needed. That was level 2. This is definitely the most difficult one of them. No, you don't. I feel like I should look back at all the memories I have from playing this game, but I don't really have much in the way of good memories from while playing this game. But there weren't any, like, particularly memorable boss fights that stood out. No particular, like, plot hooks that really happened. Like, Rune Factory 1 had more plot hooks than this. Rune Factory 4 definitely had more. Rune Factory 5 had more. This game had one plot hook, and that was it. One plot important real thing that happened. It's not like, you know, you go through and you unlock more dungeons and stuff. Like, no, you have access to all the dungeons. It's just that you have to get to Act 2 to unlock, you know, the last, what, 60 to 70% of each of them? You don't slowly progress and unlock more stuff throughout the game, like access to more things. You don't start unlocking better tools because, oh hey, now you have access to, like, silver, so now you can make stuff that requires silver. Like, that was something I really liked in Rune Factory 4, and was glad that I saw it transfer over to Rune Factory 5. But in this game, like, any of the dungeons you have access to on, like, day 1, you could theoretically get, like, whatever materials. But you can't even forge new weapons until Act 2 anyway, so it doesn't matter. So the only real thing that matters is get child as fast as possible so your character can be a deadbeat dad and leave. If I had played this game casually as a kid and didn't know about the Act 2 thing, probably would never wind up getting married. Yeah, probably would never wind up getting married, probably would never wind up getting a kid, would never wind up getting Act 2, and would have just been frustrated by this game being stuck in the demo forever. And I think that's one of the biggest things about this. A good game feeds you more stuff as you play through the game, never giving so much that you get overwhelmed, or so little that you get bored. But it will feed you just the right amount as you progress. And if you already know what you're doing, or you're particularly good at the game, you can get more stuff out of it. For example, Crystal Project. If you know what you're doing, you can basically skip, I don't know what, the first third of the game. If you really want to, you can desert skip immediately. You can just choose to do that if you so wish. That is a choice that you have. Oh my gosh, leveled up twice in one episode? That hasn't happened in a little bit. This game, of course, does not do that. It does not drip feed you stuff. It doesn't slowly give you more stuff as you advance through the game. No. Once you reach a certain point, you go from having, you know, Chapter 1 to having Chapters 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then after you beat Chapter 6, you unlock Chapter 7. Like... Like, imagine if you could, you know, talk with the mayor and spend some lumber and money. Or maybe just, if you could spend some money and get, like... and start, like, knocking down the different fences that block the path. So you could access more areas one at a time. And maybe, like, the deeper into the dungeon they have to go to knock it down, the more expensive it is or something. If you had to, or if, say, maybe you had to build bridges, so you had to, you know, pay money and also lumber to have those be built, or something, like, so you could advance at your own pace. You get to the boss fights, you can fight them. Maybe when you fight them, they have something useful in there, whatever. You get to fight at your own pace, unlock stuff at your own pace, instead of going from nothing to everything. Metroidvanias in general Metroidvanias have it in general where they tease you with the items that you will be able to get later on in the game, but sometimes, either due to developers not understanding just how diligent players could be, or maybe they just want to reward persistent gameplay, you can get an item in a Metroidvania long before you're supposed to be able to get it. I still remember playing one game where I was supposed to get like a speed upgrade before going through a door. Like, you hit a button, the door opens, you get off the button, the door closes after a set amount of time, and you're supposed to get the speed upgrade to run through the door before it closed, but I was just barely able to make it without the speed upgrade. Unfortunately, like 4 rooms later, I needed the speed upgrade, but I couldn't go back and get it because the door was closed. So I had to stop playing that game, and that was before I started recording the gameplays and stuff, so I don't remember what game that was, but I know I have it on my Steam library, so if I just keep playing more and more Steam games, I'm sure I'll find that one eventually, and... But yeah. There's a lot of stuff to, like, you know, reward good players, but you don't really get rewarded for being an exceptionally good player in this game. Like, you just, I don't know, beat the game slightly faster. And of course, some people might say, oh, well, that's because Rune Factory isn't meant to just be like a game, it's like an experience, it's supposed to be like a farm or a small town, blah, blah, blah. But other than, you know, getting married and the romance stuff, do you get stuff for being a good friend? Like, Stardew Valley, for example, if you're a good friend to the townsfolk, they'll give you information and they'll give you items. Is that a mechanic in this game? Only thing I was really able to get from the townsfolk was, once I married Alicia, she would be she would do fortunes for free. But, I mean, you don't actually need to pay her if you are willing to just save scum. Or if you have rewind. Though people aren't supposed to have rewind when playing the game anyway. And it's like, I was a little bit hurt at first when Azura had said, oh, well, all those townspeople seem so flat. Alicia's the only one I could potentially see as having a personality. But it's like, no, that's kind of true. Everyone else is kind of boring. Really boring. Characters basically act the same before the, 7-year time skip and after. Strictly speaking, most of the time spent playing this is effectively in a tutorial. Which is bad game design. I can only imagine people trying to speedrun this and just like... Yeah. Wake up, talk to Alicia, get cheap fortune from Alicia, go to sleep. wake up, get fortune from Alicia, go to sleep. Wake up, get fortune, go to sleep. Do some of the early game quests, whatever, to get extra money. Yeah, go to deliver the Emery flower, but actually just sell it for a bunch of money instead so you can afford all of the things from Alicia in order to romance her. And then just do that for months. Maybe go and do a few town events, specifically the easiest ones of them. And the ones that can, I don't know, lead up to having a good weapon or something. Oh. Playing Rune Factory 4 watering can only, you really had to be creative with how you used the limited stuff that you had access to. Playing this, it doesn't really matter. Alright, probably the final boss now. Truth be told, I'll be glad to be done with this game. I don't know what Rune Factory 3 will entail. I'm hoping it's more like Rune Factory 4 than like this game.
Oh, you're fighting a dragon.
Yeah, possibly the final boss of the game. I think that attack just dealt 1 damage to me. Oh, that dealt like 9 there.
You got hit twice by it. You got dealt 9 and 7.
What's a hitbox? Yeah, I was just talking about how this game really does not have anything to like unlock anything that rewards gameplay.
What do you mean?
Usually in games, you'll get new stuff as you go along. Like even non-Metroidvanias, like even in role-playing games, you'll level up and get a new attack or something. Or you'll get a new party member. Either through plot progression or through, say, side progression, you get new stuff while playing.
Right.
Rune Factory 4, as you do the various dungeons, you get new, like, townsfolk. New people come to town because you've done dungeons. You get access to new ores to make new weapons and tools. So even if you just want to farm, it could be useful to actually play through the first few dungeons anyway, so you can get better tools to farm better. You get new farming land by exploring the map. Like, both through plot progression and non-plot progression, you get stuff. There are only 2 times in this game when you get new stuff. One is by completing Arc 1, you get a child, and then you can unlock, you know, the latter 60 to 70% of each of the 4 dungeons you already had access to. And 2, after you beat the game, when you get access to these 4 mini dungeons. That's it. There are no other times in the game where you get access to something that you didn't already have access to. Like, you could say, oh, you get access to having new animals once you expand the barn, but you already had access to getting animals. It's just that now you can have more of them.
Yeah. You don't get access to any new animals.
Exactly. At the start of Act 2, you get access to new animals. But, like, that's it.
Yeah, that's
I guess
already a
technically
long way.
you do get access to the underground dungeon at one point. So I guess technically that is a 3rd instance of getting new stuff. So there are basically 3 times when you get access to something new that you didn't have already.
Wow.
But, like... So yeah, I was just commenting on that. Like, Rune Factory 4, after you beat the first dungeon, you get access to a second dungeon, and you get access to a new member of town. But also, getting access to the second dungeon, I think, also gives you new ore that you have access to for building new stuff. Also, again, I'm not certain, but I think advancing through the various dungeons also gives you more quests that you can do overall. Which also gives more stuff. And, like... Socializing with the townsfolk gives you new party members that you can use to fight alongside. New dungeons also give new monsters that you can use. That you can, like, you know, add to your barns and have new animal companions to fight with.
How does Rune Factory 1 measure up to that?
As you beat each dungeon, you get access to another dungeon. So that's like 6 or 7 times right there. With new monsters that I believe that you can still recruit to have as party members in Rune Factory 1 as well.
Okay,
So that's like...
I was focusing on my food. When did he turn from green to purple?
When it got to about half health.
Oh.
So yeah, at least Rune Factory 1 has like 6 or 7 different instances of unlocking something new. And the different dungeons also give you more farmland, give you more monsters, give you different ores that you can use for construction. Oh, and plus you can talk to some guy to get stuff for your house, like a forge and a kitchen and all that.
Ah.
But yeah, each dungeon being unlocked one at a time is, in my opinion, better than just, here's every dungeon in the game. Well, or, you know, here's 4 out of the 5 dungeons in the game.
Yeah.
Like, imagine this game, but, like, you actually had to build the boat to go to the island dungeon. That would give you, like, a sense of accomplishment of having done that part.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still one item in here that I haven't gotten. And I was saying go talk to Barrett, so I'll go talk to him. I'll try to figure out where he is and go and talk to him. It is about 2:30 in the afternoon, so he's probably in school? Oh, there you are. Omnigate. Okay, I guess let's look up what we're supposed to do now.
Huh.
How can I get the Omnigate back? Oh, this is stupid. Okay. Oh no, he's holding on to it. He just took the Omnigate spell from me. Even though I still have the tablets and could probably just read it myself. Oh no, whatever am I supposed to do? And now it's tomorrow! You know what Omnigate does. If you've played Rune, if you've seen Rune Factory before, I think they use it in every game. Maybe. I'm not sure if they use it in 5. Da 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 da.
Oh, it does nothing.
Wait for it. A wild Rune appeared! Keep in mind, the main character here, the one who just fought all of these monsters and, you know, did basically all of the game, is like 7 years old.
Yep.
Right? Because it's year 8, so born in year 1. 6 years old, and then turns 7 over the course of this. I don't know what it's like if you wind up marrying the character that the game wants you to. But marrying Alicia, like, she didn't even realize that she was the character's mom, basically.
Yeah.
So that was a rather anticlimactic end for the, oh, bring it to Barrett. Barrett goes, oh, I'll hold on to this for you. And then if you remember where you're supposed to get Dragon Break earlier, you go to that same place to grab it. You don't have to, like, wait for him to put it in there. You don't have to, like, go in after hours. Like, blah, blah. No, you just walk over to the library and grab it. Teleport. You grab it, and then it's just a cutscene. None of my buttons click out of this. So yeah, this was Rune Factory 2, watering can only. Yeah, other than that one dragon fight, the game was relatively easy. Especially once I got levelers. Yeah, that basically boss rush where I had to fight, was it 8 rooms of enemies in a row without extra healing? I mean, I could have just gotten a lot of food for that, I guess.
Oh. Snowflake. The end. The end. Yes,
Well, that
yes.
was
Pigeon.
an adventure. What do you think? Do we get a new opening screen because we beat the game? It's the next day at 6 a.m.
Well, check your inventory.
Oh. Omnigate.
Morning.
I always knew your dad would return. My reading said so anyway. So he is here in canon. He is back somewhere. Oh, there he is.
Morning.
Oh my gosh, he has a voice line.
Morning.
We have a voice line.
Hey, you want to show him your skills that you trained? Like rushing the fireplace?
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry. Just the image, the thought of, yeah, walk up to your dad. Good morning, and then just pour
Water.
water all over his shoes. That's my girl.
I just want to see if this is different now. At least you can play after the end. Okay, so the song is the same. And this is the same. Well, that's been Moon Factory 2 Watering Can. Only 134 episodes. Probably could have done it under 100. Who knows? Probably.
I just have a remark on something. Maybe you've remarked on it before, but I guess it's a good thing that you decided to have the female child. Because she has the watering can.
Yeah, obviously. It took you until 134 episodes in to realize that?
I mean, I don't really pay attention to the title screen. In fact, usually you're already past that by the time you start streaming.
So anyway, I guess... Okay, wait, here's a question. Do we do Rune Factory 3 next, or do we just start a new Rune Factory 5 game? Probably Rune Factory 3. I think Rune Factory 3.
Up to you.
Gosh, 8 months? But now I'm done with it and never have to play this game ever again.
I
Frankly...
just realized, you know what I said about with the pregnancy thing? Yeah, you didn't give birth to a watering can, you gave birth to the dad.